Sasha Walpole sues Prince Harry for intrusion of her privacy as he revealed their sexual liaison in his spare book. That poor woman. I am pretty sure something very similar happened early on about Meghan and some former friends speaking out in a publication. People, maybe? I can't recall the details, but they made a big stink out of it and sued, as usual, I believe. The boundaries that have been broken here are unconscionable. Privacy for me, but not for thee. What is nuts is that, would you believe sugars are defaming her? Calling her a pedo because they can't do the math and don't realize she wasn't 40 at the time? She was 19 and he was 16 or 17. I wonder why he felt the need to call her older woman when they were literally both teenagers? Does he perhaps realize that the truth, that he slept with a drunk teenage employee of his father in a field, is not cute? And then never talked to her again? Class act. Henpecked has no respect for other people's boundaries. He's so disgusting that I won't be surprised if he talks about William's youthful indiscretions, pre-Kate, in his next book. Sparry has no shame, he will publicly degrade anyone including himself. He wants privacy for him and Meghan, but not his family as in the British royal family, as in his father, and his brother, his only surviving parent and sibling. Harold's hypocrisy, jealousy, small-mindedness, and pure spitefulness shine through in every part of Spare even though he didn't actually write it, and, I'm fairly sure, at several points didn't even dictate it. Too much of Meghan bleeds through for it to be a coincidence. It says everything about good ole Harry at the end of this woman's tale. Even though she'd run in the same set with HCO all summer, after those 5 minutes in the field, he never saw or spoke to her again. What a gent. Nothing Megalia can ooze about her man, and nothing an extremely well-paid ghostwriter can attempt to polish shows the true Henry as well as this brief tale recounted above. I know it's not much comfort, but you're just one person on their very long list of people that Harry should have warned prior to publishing. I think what is more likely is that people in their inner circle knew it was her, or knew something happened between them and have speculated it for decades. In which case, by confirming it happened, perhaps he actually outed her to their friends, and outed her in a negative way by painting the experience as a negative one. She has now come out publicly to address the negativity, so that those who now know it's her, know the real story of what actually happened. She had little choice. Someone else who knew would have done it if Sasha didn't. Maybe. Who can know at this point? I empathize with her, but she did out herself. If the tabloids were still looking for and closing in on her, then it would be the move to do frankly. If not, hell, Harry mentioned it in a book that made him millions, she can make some money out of it. Anyway, a turning point for me was the press in the UK still on the hunt for her identity? He didn't remember her name because he was drunk. He didn't care anyway because she was just a piece of ass to him. He called her an older woman because he wanted to look cool and imply that he was some hot young stud that a MILF chased instead of the reality that he had an awkward fumbling 5-second field fuck with a chick from his friend group. By the way, a girl that I'm pretty sure he made fun of considering the gifts he gave her. I find it very interesting how he flipped the power dynamics in his book. By describing her as an older woman, even if technically accurate, he made it look like the power imbalance was all in her favor, when really it was mostly the other way around. She was a groom employed by his family. It sounds like neither of them perceived any kind of imbalance at the time since they considered each other friends, but still, it's notable how that was completely turned around in his retelling.